Hi everyone and welcome to today's morning report on Thursday the 4th of June with me, Rich Perry, market analyst at Handset Markets. European trading sessions got off to a very weak start actually. DAX is now down 1.7%, FTSE down 100 points, which is about 1.5% as well, so really is falling away. And it's just basically an acceleration really of an opinion overnight that the markets are taking a fairly negative stance at the fact that this deadline for Greece is looming ever larger on the horizon, 5th of June, which is tomorrow, that it owes 300 million euros to the IMF. And they're no closer to an agreement, and it seems as though this prospect of a deal continues to slide, really. Although Tsipras, the Greek Prime Minister, suggested that a deal was on the cards and potentially close, it seems as though that it's not really coming to fruition quite yet, and quite how the markets are going to react with this in mind, considering tomorrow's deadline. It seems as though it's fairly negative at the moment. That's a significant selling pressure on the equity markets. Interestingly enough, the euro is not really reacting to that. The euro was strongly higher yesterday, huge move to the upside, and that was driven through the ECB's press conference, as Mario Draghi suggested that volatility was here to stay, or certainly markets had to be able to cope with the volatility, and also that the ECB staff projections improved the inflation forecast. So bond yields sharply higher there in that meeting, continued the strong run that it's got. I put a Fibonacci projection level on this chart because basically you can see now that if I put it on a year chart, you can see better. The breakout target is actually 1.22% on that Bund yield. So incredible upside target that we've got now on this Bund, and the gains continue to be seen today on this. Now there is a positive correlation between Bund yields and the euro, and that the euro is slightly lower today, but certainly it has been a big beneficiary in the last couple of days, the euro, but just slightly correcting back, but remains fairly positive still in light of the gains that we've seen in the last few days. Now that has certainly acted as a big drag down lower on the dollar index. But interesting that the dollar remains fairly stable against most other currencies other than the euro at the moment. So it's pretty much just the euro doing that selling pressure on the dollar at the moment. In terms of what we've got to look out for today, not a great deal actually. You've got the Bank of England giving its monetary policy update, the first monetary policy that it's going to announce since the UK fell into deflation. And that's at 12 o'clock today. No expectation really of any change in monetary policy, purely because, the fact is that the Bank of England has been expecting this slight dip into deflation territory before inflation is expected to pick up once more. So it's sort of playing into where the Bank of England is expecting these inflation to track. So no expectation there of any change to monetary policy. As ever, the Bank of England meeting minutes will be more interesting to see what the individuals were saying and who was voting however which way. So we'll wait and see how that comes out in terms of the minutes in a couple of weeks' time, but certainly the announcement today is unlikely to do anything. We've also got the weekly jobless claims for the States at 1:30. Forecast to come in slightly better at 279,000 actually, so that continues this improving track on the US weekly jobless claims, and that comes in front of the payrolls data that we've got tomorrow, that crucial payrolls number. And it certainly seems as though that the weekly jobless claims are continuing to just track lower on a general basis. Now, my chart of the day is an interesting one because I'm looking at silver today, and the reason I'm looking at silver is because silver is breaking down, and silver had been consolidating sideways, but yesterday we had this sharp bearish candle that broke down on an intraday basis below to a 3-week low, but didn't quite close below. But today it's continuing to look towards the downside pressure. And looking at these momentum indicators as well, you can understand why. All of them in bearish configuration, or corrective configuration at least. Stochastics moving into bearish territory. MACD lines still falling away. RSI falling away as well. RSI is now at a 5 odd week low. So that's interesting. And it certainly looks as though a close below that initial support that we had around 1650 yesterday, that just held on a closing basis. If we get a closing level below that today, that would suggest that we're continuing to see silver retrace back towards the next levels within this. So that's 1610 as the reaction low in May. But then subsequently it looks like the chances are that it'll be coming all the way back towards this key band of support around 1550, and a full retracement of that move. Now the reason the reason that I've done silver today is because I think it's got a big read through for gold, and just look out for my gold chart later, because I think it could have an interesting implication for that. So silver looking to be breaking down today, and it certainly seems as though that is the case at the moment. This is the intraday hourly chart, where you've seen this steady sell-off over the past day or so, and it seems as though that downside pressure is growing. Now you'd look out for, let me just reset that chart, sorry. Look out for any sort of rebound, really, I think, on silver intraday as a chance to sell. You've got the resistance that comes in now around about that sort of 1660 level, between 1650 and 1660 seems to be a fairly decent band of resistance near term, and certainly you would need a move above that 1683 reaction high from Tuesday before you would sense that this consolidation that looks to be breaking down, it would need to have that move above 1683 to abort that opinion. So it looks like silver is falling ever lower and continuing to correct. Probably, as I said, back towards 1610 and maybe even 1550 full retracement. So I wish you good luck in your trading on silver today, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.